How's it going, everyone? It's Jared Plain and welcome back to another bass lesson. In this lesson I thought it would be a good idea to talk about ways in which I like to phrase jazz melodies. We do a lot of walking bass lessons on this channel, but we don't talk too much about the way jazz melodies are played. Because walking bass and Latin style bass playing is of course only one small component of jazz playing itself. So in this lesson, let's look at my favorite ways to phrase jazz melodies. So the first thing that I recommend you do is pick yourself up a real book. I'm just going to reach over here and grab mine. So I use the Hal Leonard real book in bass clef, the 6th edition. This is the most popular edition in my opinion. And they're not cheap, but they do have a lot of songs in there and they'll last you a long time. I've had this one since 2008. So get yourself a good real book, because it's an invaluable tool for the jazz bass player. The next thing that you'll want to do is actually listen to the song that you want to learn. Just go onto YouTube, find a bunch of different recordings and just listen to them. I would definitely recommend starting with vocalists. People like Ella Fitzgerald and Billie Holiday are good places to start. Listen to the way that they sing the melody, listen to the lyrics, see if you can learn the lyrics. It'll help later on when you learn to play jazz melodies. I would also recommend listening to horn players and listening to the way in which they phrase the melodies that they play. My final major recommendation is to get yourself a backing track, something that you can play along with. Jamie Aebersold has a lot of fantastic backing tracks, and of course, if you have the money, then I would definitely recommend checking out his work. If you can't afford that, then you can just type into YouTube the title of the song plus a backing track, and there's heaps of stuff out there. I personally like to use Learn Jazz Standards backing tracks. Those backing tracks are made with a program called Band in a Box, which you can also buy if you want to make your own backing tracks. So those are the places that I would start. And now that I've rambled on about all of that stuff, let's finally get into learning to play this melody, and we're going to be learning Beautiful Love right now. So for the first exercise, what we're going to do is simply play the melody as it is written in the real book 3 or 4 times in a row. Just trying to get comfortable with the way the melody is actually played and the way that it is written note for note and rhythm for rhythm. So let's do that now. I'm just going to turn on my backing track and we're going to listen to how it is played as written in the real book. So we've worked on playing the melody as written. The next thing that we're going to do is change up the way that we're playing our rhythms, make them a bit less rigid. So we're trying to give ourselves some more options, some more sort of looseness with our timing. Try to play the melody in a way in which a singer would sing it or a horn player would phrase it. So I was taking some rhythmic liberties with the melody there, just trying to make it my own. And now let's get on to the next point, which is using the lyrics to phrase your melody like a singer would. One thing that I like to do for all of the tunes that I learn is hunt down the lyrics, if they have lyrics, and try to memorize the lyrics if I can, and then also try to sing along to a backing track or to a recording so that I can get the melody in my head and I can get the lyrics in my head and work on the way that I phrase the melody as I sing it. The more you sing, the more that's going to transfer over to your bass playing, and the way you play your bass melodies will sound more and more like the way a vocalist would sing them. Now, I am not a great singer and I definitely don't claim to be, but I like to give it a go from time to time just to work on my phrasing.
Beautiful love, you are a mystery. Beautiful love, what have you done to me? I was contented till you came along, thrilling my soul with your song. Beautiful love, I wrote your paradise, searching for good, trying to realize, searching for heaven, depending on you. Beautiful love, will my dreams come true?
The last thing I like to do for my melody playing is to change the melody in small ways. And the way you can do that is to put in some improvised fills. You could change the articulations that you use. You could make some notes shorter. We call them staccatos. You could put some accents on some notes, play some notes louder, play some slides, play some hammers and some pull-offs. And you can also play some bends or use some vibrato. There's really 1,000 ways that you could do this, but the important thing to keep in mind is that you don't lose the melody. Don't play too much and keep your ideas fairly simple and use these phrasing ideas to be creative with your melodies. Well, that's all we have time for in this lesson. I hope you enjoyed my take on playing jazz melodies. Of course, you can play these on the electric bass, you can play these types of ideas on the upright bass, it's all possible. So hopefully you can apply these ideas to the melodies and the songs that you're playing, and that you can play the melodies in a more musical way. Thanks for checking out this lesson. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please check me out on Patreon if you want to download any of the exercise lessons and PDFs and those types of things. You can get them there. Thanks very much. See you later.